These people commenting. Oh, there we go. We weren't even live yet.
Nope. Now we are live.
Now we
Well,
are
welcome
live.
to the Forky Lounge.
Do you want to tell them the news, Michael?
So, as of a few hours ago, I will be making the trip out to Ohio at the end of the month to meet the Forky family and spend a weekend at Cedar Point, riding every roller coaster possible.
Roller coaster.
Right on.
Somehow, even though I live much further away, I'm going to visit Alice and Adam before First Shot does.
Touche. That would be great if he was actually. That would have been a great, jab if he was here. We're going to have to clip that right off rip and send it and tag him in it. Actually, in one of the groups that I'm a part of, someone was in the group asking if anybody in the group is from Maine.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. The other day, somebody was they're from Maine, and I'm like, how crazy that we're trying to get our friend out here from Maine, and you're here now. Can you come back in a month? Then we'll have a Mainer.
Right.
Yes, I'm so excited to show our home park to you.
Me too.
Hey, Sheriff. Oh, hey, what's up, Daniel?
Speaking of random Maine posts, I don't know if you saw on my Twitter, but I don't know if you follow Rodero Damas, but he lives in the Netherlands, and he sent me a picture of some guy had a bumper sticker that said Maine, the way life should be.
Oh, relax. I cleaned today, though, Shannon. I finally cleared up the kitchen from all the
our
shit.
house was as trashed as I was on Friday.
I got just as trashed on Saturday.
It was all the stuff from the trip was on the kitchen table, so I had to get everything unpacked, and then just dishes from cooking. And today I was like, yeah, I gotta get some stuff done, and I did. But I'm sad that it's kind of vacation over. But I'm really excited now for Halloween weekends because we get to show Michael Cedar Point.
Hell yeah.
Hopefully no fights break out.
That was a great video.
Dude,
that was like a movie.
The one chick got onto a Cedar Point page and was like, oh, the cop, we were defending ourselves, and the cop had his knee on my cousin or brother's neck or something, and the cop never did that. And you fucking dumbasses were not defending yourselves. You were all just fighting like a bunch of idiots, and that is not the fucking place to do that. Not that you should do that anywhere, but you definitely don't want to do that at Cedar Point, where it's you guys were by the goddamn carousel. What is wrong with you?
You heard the music,
and we all know who she means when she says "you guys."
Dumbass fucking people. Well, somebody said take that ghetto shit back to the ghetto, and people are like, you don't know where they're from. And it's like, dude, would you have said that?
Tell where they're from.
Yeah,
you would have said the same thing if it was a bunch of fucking meth heads fighting each other. You would have been like, take that shit back to the trailer park. It would have been the same fucking thing. And yeah, like some people, I get it. They have legitimate gripes about Cedar Point, and I understand some of them, but some of them I'm just like, dude, like this lady bitching about her kid not being able to go on like little tiny kid rides because you have to be accompanied by a kid. Like that's
her kid's over 5 feet tall and about 130 pounds, and he wants to ride little roller coasters that are meant for kids Grayson's age and size.
Yeah,
like if he doesn't like the bigger rides, well, then that's something that you can work on with him. That's what's great about Cedar Point is, and people want to tear these roller coasters down, these smaller ones, but there's a solid 4.
There's roller coasters. There's good starter coasters.
There's 4, maybe 5 really good. There's 5 really good starter coasters for people that are really just starting to get into roller coasters.
Yeah, Blue Streak,
Blue Streak, Iron Dragon, Corkscrew. Gemini, Mine Ride,
Yeah.
Gatekeeper.
I'm gonna go on Gatekeeper again.
Oh,
Now
the
you get
Gatekeeper's
to go with-
fairly relaxed.
Yeah, it's a smooth ride, and really it's a slower ride, but that's part of the freak out of it.
Yeah, the suspense.
You know what I mean? Like because you think that
Yeah.
you're not going fast enough to make these inversions.
Oh, yep.
And I was like,
You
I
feel
can
the
give her
hang.
that ride.
Yes, there's definitely like with rides like Steel Vengeance. Steel Vengeance has 27 seconds, and we went through this the other night. 27 seconds of airtime through a 2.5 minute ride, and that's really quick stuff. Gatekeeper is like, yeah, you're going slow enough to where you feel the shoulder restraints keeping you in the car.
Did we show them
Right.
on the other night? I thought we
You did.
Yeah. You know, like in a couple of the rides, like Raptor and Rougarou, the harness systems are different on some of them. Some of them have like hydraulic type pistons that hold the thing down that need to have an electric signal sent to them to release.
Yep.
Electronic signal set to release, and some of them have like almost like a tooth type locking system.
Yeah,
To
the
where
old
you can
mechanical
feel
lock.
You can feel it click, 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 and then if you can't get it one more click, then there's going to be a little bit of play. But
Yeah.
that's also why there's a traditional seatbelt that locks that in, so it's not going to come undone no matter what, right?
Right.
So there's
like
rides
those like those
But if you
dull
really want
scissors
to,
they use in
go get
surgery
it
to
in.
clamp off a
Right.
vein.
right.
Yeah.
So there's like Rougarou, there's always room between my chest and the restraint, but it's just because of my size. Like, and I understand that. Like, I try to suck in and I try to get skinny as I can. I'm just not getting another click out of it.
I think you and I are going to be in the same boat there.
You're gonna feel different when we start losing all this weight.
But
You're gonna
with
get
Rougarou, even when you're going upside down, it's
I mean,
the ride's going fast enough to where, like, when it accelerates, you feel, you know, the
Yeah.
thrust, or is that the right word?
Acceleration.
Yeah, when it accelerates, you
G-force.
feel it. You feel the G's pushing against you.
Yeah.
You know,
like the Maverick, you know, Scar you kept telling me, Mom, you just
lie to me.
you just need to
Yeah, me-
Never.
Right.
He's telling me to lay off the beer.
I need to lay on the beer. It's cheaper.
I'd rather stop eating.
I'm gonna get him back in shape.
I'm
Hey,
round.
man,
That's
The
shit.
Egyptian slaves built pyramids on beer alone.
The founding fathers started a revolution.
those-
in pubs.
And those slaves, might I remind you, were Jews. Not the best slave race. I'll let you imagine the best.
Yeah,
slave race in your
they're
head.
little and weak. They can't jump. They can't jump over, you know, mountains.
So yeah, Maverick Scar kept telling me to, you know, she's like, you got to keep your head back, Mom.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, you and your dad need to stop telling me all this stuff I need to do on the ride, because I usually just get on a ride. And I
Yeah.
don't like think, I just get on the ride. But we go on Maverick and I'm like, how the fuck do you not keep your head back on that thing? And usually if a ride does have a rest like that, it's a pretty good indication to kind of put your head back.
Because
but
they're
yeah, that-
required to by safety regulations.
Well, yeah, because there's a part that there's so much oomph in that ride.
Yeah.
Like from when you go from the station and go up the hill, I mean, you're traveling up that hill at 15 miles an hour. I mean, you're cruising up that hill compared to, you know, other coasters.
Mm.
And then the second takeoff in the tunnel, like I know it's going to take off. I've never been on the ride, but I've watched it a million times. And I know it's going to take off. So I was like catching my breath after what just happened to me. And then that thing took off and we got out of the tunnel and I was like, holy shit.
So
'Cause
yeah,
it takes off so much faster than you think it is. And it's so fucking fun. It is so
so you pull
fun.
halfway through the ride, you pull into like a tunnel, and at the end of the tunnel, there's a bit of a turn, so you can't see the end of the tunnel. It's black in front of you, and then it slows you down, not to a stop, but it slows you down, and then you hit LMP or IMP or whatever this. It's an L something. It's a launch point that and it just phew, and you go, and then boom, you hit the turn, and then you're outside again. And
I remember when we were
you're not
watching
ready
that
for it,
one.
it will throw you back. I mean, it will give you a little bit of whiplash. But it's
I
gonna be
remember
fun.
when
Dude.
we
I
were
can't
watching that one saying, "Oh, that was a short one," and you said, "Nope."
wait. Right? Yeah, that was it. And they actually had to take the first inversion that was in the track. They had to take out. It was called the Heart Roll.
the Heartline roll.
Heartline roll, and it was such a quick roll that it would put too much pressure on the track and the train. The human body would have been fine, but it would have cost so much money to keep the trains in the track, maintained to have an extended life. Actually, like next year Blue Streak turns 60. We'll have to ride that one when you're here.
Yep.
And Raptor turns 30.
Well, if you come next year, they'll have Top Thrill 2 open.
And the Top Thrill 2 will be open next year.
But if you go for that on a weekend, you're going to be waiting in a fucking long ass line.
You're going to be waiting in a line no matter what time you go. Probably a couple hours.
Well, I told him, I was like, you should go during the week earlier in the season when they first open and kids are still back in school. I'm like, you and Scar should just go up there and just fucking go, because it'll probably be the shortest line you get for that all year.
Yep.
Because that's, I mean, people are, I ain't ever fucking going on that motherfucking thing. Fuck motherfucking no, I don't even want them fucking going on that thing. Jesus fucking.
We're going on.
That thing is, but it's a beautiful sight. I'll say that. Just because I don't like a coaster doesn't mean I can't look at it and like appreciate its beauty.
400. I think it's 420 feet, and you go 120 miles an hour.
Yeah, it's a beautiful sight, dude. It's a beautiful sight walking in, and then when it's lit up at night, it's really nice. And then another one is Millennium Force. I will never go on that, but I appreciate it. I mean, every time we're in that Snoopy land, most of the time, I'll check my phone real quick or something, or maybe text him, and then I just kind of look at Millennium Force. No, I don't look at my kid on the ride. I'm sorry. I do. But he goes on so many of them. It's like, it's not that you get bored.
He's got a nice routine that he goes through, like when we walk in that end of the park.
He knows what he's doing.
He knows where he's going, what he wants to ride. If the chain's up, he knows he can't go.
I don't worry about him like not listening to the ride operators. He knows, He knows exactly what he's doing when he gets on rides. Like he went on the one swing thing, man. He got in there, lifted it up. Look, there was a buckle loose. He buckled the loose buckle, buckled his buckle, and he's like ready.
I did your job for you. Hit start.
So what day do you come? You arrive here the 28th?
Yes, flying in on Thursday.
All right, I could. Yeah, that's no problem. I'll have to work Friday, but I'll try to get off work somewhat early, and we'll throw everything in the car and head out.
Yep.
And then flying back out on Monday.
So you do fly out on Monday?
Yeah.
What time's your flight out?
It's not bad. It's it's afternoon. It's between noon and 1.
All right. We'll still have to get you to the airport somewhat earlier.
Yeah. Or I could always probably just Uber from your place if I need to.
We'll see where I'm at, what's going on.
Yeah.
But I should be able to at least, I could probably go get my guys set up and come back and get you, drop you off and get back to work. It's not a big deal.
Adam's the airport picker-upper guy and dropper-offer.
Yeah, that's going to be my aunt's job. Except for me, the airport's a solid hour away.
Oh, no
no
shit.
shit.
Yeah.
It's not far from us. It's not far.
Yeah, 15 minutes, dude. 20 tops.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be fun, dude. I can't wait. It's showing an out of towner. Cedar Point's gonna be fucking
Out of stater.
right, and like it's great because it's not just a day,
Right.
you know.
So you'll be able to ride all the rides,
And
and
we
you'll
could
definitely
stay till we could stay Sunday until it starts getting crazy busy.
right. Well, it doesn't. Somebody said it doesn't. It
It-
does. It doesn't. It's not as busy those first few weekends of Halloween weekends. It's towards the end of Halloween weekends that it starts to get busy because all the Halloween freaks come out.
Yeah.
The freaks come out at night. Oh yeah, Amit
And it
comes out
gets
at night.
darker earlier and earlier. Yeah. So the lines aren't that bad that like I'll be able to hit every ride I want.
Yes.
Yeah, because Friday night and Saturday night you won't be able to get as many rides in because it is busier at night. But
Yeah.
when we're there during the day on Saturday and during the day on Sunday during
Yeah.
Halloween weekends, we get on a lot of rides. Is that when?
Oh,
No, that's not when I went on Gatekeeper.
We should know that in September sometime. Magnum should be pretty easily accessible. Millennium Steel Vengeance, like at night on Saturday night. I don't know. Might have to hit those during the day.
It took
Maverick
me
will be hard
forever.
at night.
It took me forever to find flights that didn't leave at fucking 6 in the morning, though.
Right, I bet.
I finally went and I booked 2 one-way flights. I used, usually I use Kayak to book my flights, but I used Priceline this time. And that worked out well. I'm flying out American Airlines, or I'm flying in American Airlines. I'm flying out Delta.
Yeah,
Delta's my
I
preferred.
just use booking.com for hotels all the time.
Yep.
Because we get free booking and free cancellation, and I usually find good deals. So
And
yeah,
see, I
just,
always use Kayak because Kayak has all those sites on theirs.
right. I just have the whole account. And we also get
Insane.
10%.
It's what I use to go to Europe.
Oh, there you go. Well, if you got to Europe on it.
Yeah. I think on the way over, my layover's in Philly, and I've got like an hour and a half, and I checked online, and everybody says that's more than enough time. And then on the way back, it's at LaGuardia, and that airport's pretty small. It's pretty easy to get around. I think I got 2 hours there.
When I went to Seattle, I had a layover in Houston.
I flew into Houston for Skankfest South. So I still had to ask because I've never used Uber myself. So I still had to like give my phone to someone and be like, can you please like help me order an Uber to my hotel? And I still went to the wrong hotel. Did you know there's a difference between Holiday Inn and Holiday Inn Express?
Yeah, they're 2 different hotels.
Yeah, I had to walk a mile through Houston to get to my hotel. I walked through that Astro World crowd that ended up trampling people to death with my luggage. Yeah. It was hot as fuck in Houston.
Well,
and
pack
muggy.
light. We're gonna have we got a washing machine here if you need to do some clothes, but
Yeah, I'm just gonna travel with carry-on. That's how I usually do it. I went to Europe on a backpack.
it shouldn't be too cold.
Oh,
Probably
I don't get cold.
Probably a long sleeve and a hoodie at night.
He's from me.
Not even. I'll probably be in shorts.
Yeah,
It was like 95 here today. It sucked.
it was hot and sticky here. That's
Supposed
why I
to be
didn't do
90s
anything.
all week.
I didn't do
But
anything
no,
outside.
if I had my druthers, the temperature would always be somewhere between 55 and 75.
75 during the day, 55 at night.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
I mean, either one, like one you can have t-shirts on, and one's comfortable enough to wear a hoodie where you're not sweating.
Yeah.
Because I do love a good hoodie.
Yeah, you love my good hoodies.
The one thing I remembered right before I jumped on this, after I got back from the store and Alice told me that the link was ready, and I was like, shit, I got to go run into work and turn all the air conditioners on. I'm getting paid an hour of overtime for that 3-minute task. So all the air conditioners are on at
Well,
work.
that's
If anyone from work is listening, and I hope you're not.
I highly doubt they are.
I highly doubt it as well. I always wonder what they think when like they ask like, "How was your weekend? How was your vacation?" And I say, "Pretty good. On a couple of podcasts, did a couple of interviews."
Jess said she would hop on if she gets home early enough. She was on her way home
Nice.
right now. So my toe still kind of hurts from vacation. It's a little swollen. Look at it.
What'd you
Adam's
do?
butthole is that tight.
It is, especially after a trip that expensive.
Look at it. It's swollen.
What'd you do to your toe?
I was, walking.
Gravity.
And I just stepped funny,
Wow.
and I just bent my toe funny, so it's been like hurting. Which
Friggin-
is so we spent 4 nights at Cedar Point, which is 5 days at Cedar Point,
Right.
and
Possible. Yeah. 5.
I told Adam, I was like, dude, the amount of people that I have seen say, you should have your kids young. You don't want to have kids in your 30s and not be able to run after your kids because you're too tired because you're getting old. And I'm like, what the fuck do you fucking think happens to you? Like, I'm 40. I'm going to be 44 in like
A
a week.
Next Monday's Ellen's birthday.
I'm going to be
See,
44.
I've always
and I
had this self-imposed deadline of 38 for me. And I think that's just because how old my dad was when he had me. And like all my life, I've been thinking like,
Your
my
voice
parents
gets
are
deeper
40
when you're
years older
so
than me. That means they're going to die when I'm 60 if I'm super lucky. Like, but everyone has to deal with that eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to start having kids when I was 28. I started having kids. I turned 31 like a couple weeks after Scarlett was born. So, and I run after my kids just fine.
Yep. I do
In
too. It's in my
fact-
job
In
description.
fact, I see a lot of younger moms that can't seem to handle running after their kids. Now that could just
their phones.
I mean, dude, I was standing next to a mom and she's like, I'm ready to go home. I'm exhausted. We've been here for like 5 hours today. And I'm like, dude, you look like 15 fucking years younger than me. What the fuck? And I'm not saying I don't get tired.
Wait till she figures out she still has
Exactly,
to walk to
Buxom.
the car to leave.
Buxom, I agree with the patience thing. And I think part of it might be just the way generations are now. I'm not sure, but I never looked at kids like, oh, this is gonna be so easy.
Talking about my generation.
So I just think a lot of kids aren't, or a lot of young people just aren't prepared for the work that it takes to raise a kid and run after kids. Like, I've had so many people
Is
say to
anyone
me,
actually prepared though?
No.
no, but I definitely think there's people more prepared than others. I mean, I saw this long rant one time about a lady talking about nobody told me how loud it would be having kids, and I'm like, what
Use
on
your
earth
imagination.
ever made you think having kids would be quiet?
Have you ever been anywhere with
Okay,
children?
at all?
Yeah, ever?
Ever.
For 1 minute?
Yeah, it's not quiet, dude. Like we went into the indoor pool, man, and Grayson would scream, and we're like, shh.
Yeah, if there's
dude,
a place that has an echo, he's trying to hit
will-
every fucking
yeah.
note he can. Whether it's his like growl or his high pitched shriek.
He loves it.
It's like, dude.
I can be pretty loud. I'll be loud with Grayson.
I think so too, Buxom. But there's still people that have taken care of kids and then they have kids and they're just like, I've had people say to me, I can't believe you take your kids to that water park for three or 4 nights. And I'm like, it's a fucking water park, dude. It's fun.
Right.
And then they like, just like we said, Grayson has his own little routine with the rides he likes to hit going in either gate. Like, they know if you take them there enough, they're gonna know how to play on it. They're gonna know what they can and can't do. They're gonna know what they were limited to the previous trip, and
they're gonna learn better.
They're
They're gonna learn better behavior than they would if they were at a public school.
Yep. Me and a dude were talking about that on Tuesday about kids socializing, and I said kids learn more from each other. Kids teach each other more than they'll ever know that they teach each other.
Yeah.
He in 10, 20 years, he's not going to know what he taught somebody else, but another kid somewhere is going to be like, oh, I remember this one time at this one place, and same with him. He's going to be like, oh, I remember this one kid at this one place, it's just going to be something that sticks with him.
Right.
What was funny is the first hotel we stayed at, Adam went and got a 6-pack of beer. There was a little patio out by the pool. So we were going to sit outside and have a couple beers and smoke. And I opened the door and there's seriously a dude on a ladder right in front of my door. And
this is when we were leaving the room. We were walking out of the room to go hang out for a little bit. And she opened the door and I had my back turned to the door and I'm telling Scar, I'm like, what did I say? I said no discording or I'm gonna break my foot off in your ass. And she had opened the door up right when I said, or I'm gonna break my foot off in your ass.
And I turned and I was like,
she's like, Adam, and I turn and look, and yeah, this dude's on a little step ladder rewiring something in the drop ceiling.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, whatever. And I was like, back in my day, that was called good parenting.
And he was like, that's right. They were nice though. And then I think he was the same guy when we were leaving.
That said he wanted to.
Because I was like, you guys ready to go to Cedar Point? He's like, oh, I wish I was going to Cedar Point. And I was like, yeah, we're celebrating her 13th birthday. And he's like, oh, that sounds like a good birthday. And then he's like, hey, shouldn't you be in school? And we were like, oh, we homeschool. And he was like, oh, good. So there's that. We used to get a lot of you homeschool. And we only started homeschooling like 4 years ago.
Change in the air.
For sure. Now more people understand why they homeschool their kids. But it's funny when we go there and I see school age kids, it always makes me feel good because one of two things happening. Either they themselves are homeschooled too, or they're just playing hooky.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Yeah, and some people plan on having kids and they still suck at it though too.
That's true. Yep.
But I didn't. There's a lot of people that just expect. I would probably say more so women. And I'm not saying like women do this a lot, but I would say more women do this than men. But they're like all about wanting to have a baby. Like I want to have a baby. I want to have a baby. I rarely said that. I was more, I want to have a family. Because babies don't stay babies for very long. Before you know it, they're running around the house. They're climbing up shelves, spreading Aveeno lotion all over, climbing shelves, getting a pen, drawing on themselves with said pen, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. These are all just random examples, hypotheticals, if you will.
Totally hypotheticals. Never had to call poison control. Never had to do the.
No one's ever had to call poison control.
Yeah, so obviously I had to call poison control.
You lied?
And the lady was so nice, and I'm like, I feel kind of stupid, but I was just like scared and didn't know what to do. And she's like, honey, I have 4 boys. I've made plenty of calls to poison control in my life. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then you talk to other parents and they're just like, oh yeah, I've had to call poison control. I've been to the ER for this, been to the ER for that, been to the ER for this. I remember talking about Grayson when he was little, and my cousin, she has 3 boys. She's like, yeah, she's like, my one son broke his arm because he got on the picnic table when he was like 7 years old and went running off of it trying to be Superman or whatever and landed on his arm and broke it. And I was like, oh, so it doesn't get any better is what you're telling me. She's like, oh, honey, you're in for a long ride.
I cracked my head open when I was just a baby, so.
Well, that explains a lot.
I know, right?
Someone be like, "Did your mama drop you on your head when you was a baby?" Be like, I don't know, but something split my head open.
I did it all by myself. Apparently, I just grabbed the headboard of the bed and went whack.
That's just what your parents wanted you to believe.
Yeah, well, parent. But yeah.
They threw you into that.
They wanted to put in a new vanity, so they, needed something dense.
Now, my parents never lived together. Not even in the same town.
Really? Well, I saw that picture of Main Street that you posted on Twitter today.
Yeah.
Like, dude, that looks like a deserted town around here.
Yeah.
Like,
and
there's
half those businesses are closed.
There's parts of Frontier Town that you're gonna be like, man, this looks like Main Street. Minus all the people.
No, one thing you're gonna constantly hear from me when I'm there is like, this is all a city. Your entire state is one big city. Because to me, it will be. Like, I'm guessing at no point will we drive through the woods for an hour.
No.
Yeah. See, that's
we'll take a cruise through the Parkway on the way to my house from the airport. It's about 7 minutes.
Now, one reason my town and my main street looks like that is
people move to these areas.
I know the Parkway's really nice.
It used to be Millinock. It used to have like 15,000 plus people, and we're lucky if we can push 4,000 now. So, used to be a bustling little town, and that's all.
I'm not sure what Buxton was talking about. There's if you're talking about what I said about him thinking Main Street is going to be like in Frontier Town, it's just because it's like older buildings, like that kind of like old school Main Street setup. I mean, there's going to be far more people walking through there, but like even Frontier Trail over by like where Thunder Canyon is and shit, like that's actually how that's supposed to look, but that's even older than what your town looks like. Like this looks like 1800s, horse shit in the middle of a dirt road, Main Street.
Yep. Oh, we've got those too. we call that area of the state the county.
Scar said she's excited to get you on Valraven.
I'm excited to go.
That's always a fun one to be with for someone on the first time and especially front row. So we'll let you watch it drop once, and then we'll confirm you want to go front row, and then
we'll be fine if he parachuted. He's gonna be fine.
Touche.
He's gonna be fine.
It's just it's an experience, dude.
The point is you're going to have a lot of fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
No, I am. I can't wait. But also, like I said, the excitement won't fully settle in till like the day before when I'm like, oh, I need to get up and go to Bangor and get on a plane tomorrow. Cool. This is happening.
That's how I felt when Jess and them came. It didn't really feel real.
I woke up. When that Friday when they were showing up, I woke up and went to work, and I was doing a job like 5 minutes from my house. I was sitting there waiting for the guys to show up, and Doug posted like a live stream update of their drive, and it was like right after they had muffler issues. And yeah, it was. I'm like watching. I'm like, holy shit, dude! Yeah, like they're gonna be here in like 3 fucking hours.
Yeah.
I gotta go get Jess here in a little bit.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
crazy.
I looked it up the other day because I was like, how far away are Doug and Paul from there? And I was like, oh yeah, there's a whole state in the way.
There's a whole state and 2 lakes.
Yeah, yep.
2 of the 5 Great Lakes are in the way.
Because
you got to go around them bitches.
We went up to Traverse City, and that was like a 7.
That took about 7.5 hours.
And they're still another 3-4 hours away from that.
I think they're 5 hours away from Traverse City.
They're far.
I want to say it took them like 12 hours or something to get here.
Damn.
They still got here at a decent time. But it was funny because Paul was supposed to check into the hotel first, but he accidentally put in our address instead of the hotel address. And Jess and I were here, and we hear a car door shut, and I'm all like, who is that? She's like, I don't know.
That's a fun story, too. We'll have to get Paul to tell when they rolled up, because I guess Paul just pulled in our driveway, and Doug's all like, dude, how do you even know?
Like,
that would be me. That would be me.
Are you sure this is the right place? And Paul's like, dude, there's a John Deere with a Bud Light can in it and a fucking Twisted Tea Tall Boy sitting at a kid's picnic table.
See, I think we're in the right place.
Yeah, I was at work when that happened. Yeah, that was a good time, man. That date's actually coming up.
Yeah.
It's in like the anniversary of that's in like 2 weeks from yesterday.
I know we need to get all them to come back here so we can see your point. Well, Jess, we're going to see next year because we want to go to the Water World, which is like this crazy ass amusement park that she lives by. So we're gonna go out there and see Jess, and that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be a mom trip. It's gonna be my trip. It's gonna be my fun.
Well, yeah, you're gonna get chaperoned all the way the fuck out to Colorado.
I like it.
Chauffeured, I should say.
There you go.
Whoa!
Michael!
Hello, other Michael.
This is my buddy Mike. What's up, dude? So what we're talking about here is Michael. Meet Michael.
Hi, Michael.
One is a saint allegedly. The other one I know for a fact is not.
But we love
guess
him
who?
just the same.
But Mike is the one that came out on Wednesday. So Quinn, St. Mike here is coming out the 28th of September. We're going to make a weekend trip out to Cedar Point. I was going to talk to you about at Darts if you wanted to get in on that shit. So Sharon, you got to really work on your fucking word choices here, girlfriend. I mean, you're lucky this is the family, friendly Forky Lounge and not the fucking degenerate hornball sibling revelry that you're saying this kind of shit in, because that would totally make Doug follow. Fuck yeah. So we're going Friday after work. And so if you wanted to come out Saturday
or Sunday,
we'll be staying decently late on Sunday. So you just let me know. I re-upped our passes today. So.
And Mike, if you can get a pass for $100 till the end of today. You have till midnight to get a pass for $100. And then you can go and it's good for this year, the rest of this year, and it's good for next year too. Cedar Point should hire me. I should, you know what? I should have Tony Clark's job.
I mean, if you made what Tony Clark made, sure.
He doesn't make that stuff.
What, money?
Dude, he's just like their social media advertiser.
And I'm sure he gets paid handsomely.
Okay, well, I could do it too.
We have 5 fucking people watching. Are we paying for reach here? Hey, Jess.
I'm just saying, I'm pretty good at selling Cedar Point. You know what I thought was crazy is, well, I won't say his real name on here. See that, like anonymity, but a fellow Cedar Point lover that we met through Twitter, we're gonna end up meeting up with, and today that one not theme park crazy, but the Keep Riding guy, he said, what's your home park and what do you rate it out of 10? And it was like wait lines, stuff being open, staffing, all this other stuff. And I said, I don't know, Cedar Point 9.5. And he said, he was like, Cedar Point gets a solid 6 or 7. And I was like, I mean, I only really had one complaint this year. I don't really get mad about the understaffing, like, because I'm kind of used to it when we go. And this year, there was more stuff open when we went the week of her birthday than there was last year. Last year, when we went for her birthday, there was a lot of food places that weren't even open. Like the 50s Cafe wasn't even open because I wanted to eat at the 50s Cafe and it wasn't even open. But this year it was. And I mean, I don't really get mad at rides being down. It sucks. I get it. But I also understand it happens. And
well, here's hoping all the rides are up.
They will be. They're getting a new surge in fall help for this, and they're going to be working less days, which is going to mean that less people need days off.
So throughout the summer, are they open all week?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
From Memorial Day to Labor Day, it used to be. I want to say it used to be like 8 or 9 in the morning to like 10 or 12 at night. Because I remember walking out of there in the middle of summer, dark. Like, not just like getting dark, but it was fucking dark.
Right.
And Mike, you came up for one day. Didn't you get on every ride, every big coaster when you were there? If you're still here. I think Mike got on every coaster when they came. I mean, granted, it was Wednesday.
That's good.
And it was slower, but I'm trying to figure out somebody watching our kids at night during Halloween weekends because I have not gotten in any night rides at all this year. And I'm like, God damn it, I love night rides are the best.
They are.
So yeah, but Adam's mom, she'll come over here and watch the kids, but she doesn't like to drive at night, which I get, she's getting older and
that's
stuff. Yeah. So I'm trying to see if a couple of our friends will just come over and hang out with the kids for a few hours so we can get in some of the night rides. I've never been on Millennium Force at night, but I've been on other rides at night, and you're gonna get smacked with bugs.
Yeah.
Oh well, I'm used to bugs.
Oh, okay. Well, you still got on all the big
by
ones.
A bunch of hornets.
Yeah. See, look at that. I've sold 2 passes this week.
Technically 6 with the 4 we got. So when I was trying
to get on Twitter and be like, Tony Clark, I'm coming for your job.
I was trying to. So we do the payment plan with the pass.
Yeah, I did as well.
So that's like a sore dick, dude. You can't beat it. I mean, you pay. Well, it was $19, $20 down, and
I've never heard that phrase before, but I'm gonna start using it. You're a genius.
Like a sore dick, you can't beat it.
All right, Shannon says she's gonna watch the kids.
All right, I'm gonna put them in boxes in the morning, and I'm gonna send them United States Postal Service ground. But when I went to go buy it, it kept telling me that my down payment was going to be double than it should have been, and my monthly payment was going to be double than it should have been. And I'm like, what in the fuck is going on?
Fucked up and tired, and I'm like, let's wait until we're of clear minds. to do this.
Then I got an alert on my phone, a notification that said time's running out. Today's the last day, and I'm like, shit, man. I guess I better figure this out.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would have been like another $200.
Were
So I
was it that you were like accidentally upgrading your pass instead of just renewing it?
Yes, so I
Yeah.
thought I was renewing it. I scanned the numbers on the back of our cards. And I'm like, okay, then there was another part that said upgrade this pass for it was the same fucking payment deal. It was but it was an all park passport. Like so we would have been able to go to any park, any Cedar Fair park in the country, but so I should have hit no thank you, but I was hitting yes upgrade. I did that times 4, and that's why I'm like, why is this so fucking expensive? And it's a good goddamn thing that I didn't like actually like have the money just to be like, oh fuck it, okay, whatever.
Right.
We'll at least have our passes, and then we find out that we got the prestige passport or whatever a week before we're supposed to like next year.
What you would have been upgrading it to would be getting into every Cedar Fair park.
I know.
And then you would have told me that, and I would have been like, fucking great, Adam. Now I have to plan trips so that we get the fucking use out of this.
Yeah.
And now I got to figure out how the fuck I take the Boy King to Kings Island with Great Wolf Lodge, his favorite place in the world, right next door. I would have been so pissed, dude. Because you better be damn sure.
Well, we would have blown past Kings Parkway down there, went to the next exit, and came in the other way, so we wouldn't have fucking. Yeah, that would have been bad.
You can literally see Kings Island and Great Wolf Lodge from each other's parks. Like, we sat on our patio watching roller coasters at Kings Island run. But I think he would like Kings
What's up,
Island.
Cam?
What up, Cam?
Cam, St. Michael's coming to Ohio.
Yep. Last weekend of the month, going to Cedar Point.
We pulled him in. He couldn't resist.
Like people say, people will say, like, oh, you got to go to Disney World once in your life. It's like, no, dude. Anybody can do without Disney World. Everybody should visit Cedar Point.
Well, there's a lot of people in the Cedar Point fan pages that we're part of that are like, dude, I've been to Disneyland. It's totally overpriced. It's not that great. You know, one person said they were surprised going there after going to Cedar Point because they expected like all these like record-breaking coasters and shit. And they're like, oh, there's just like pretty buildings and shit everywhere.
Yeah, it's for kids.
Mm-hmm. And I for damn sure.
Apparently, you can't do typing either, Shannon.
What?
That's pretty readable.
You can't have a dope kid house party with my fucking kids. What are you talking about?
I bet you it'd be a good party. Her and Scar would watch movies. The Boy King would just be sipping on.
The Boy King would be outside trying to lasso alligators and shit.
Oh yeah, if we sent him to Florida, that could be a problem.
Well, that's where we're sending them. I don't think Mr. Spark is going to put her in a fucking box and send her up here in United States Postal Service.
No, he's
ground.
Puerto Rican. That is their preferred method of travel.
Michael, we're only on YouTube.
I know.
Oh, fuck.
Hey, if anyone thought that was racist, then the racism's in their head.
I just had a gross
Look inward, not N-word.
Well, are the bugs as bad at Cedar Point in October? Well, sometimes I don't.
We brag about how bad our bugs are here. Although with the lake, I'm sure that makes things a lot worse.
The 07 ALDS? Probably not. I think it was the ALDS or the ALCS.
I was graduating middle school, so no.
The Indians versus the Yankees, Jobber Chamberlain.
We still lived in that little apartment.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I do remember. I remember the Red Sox won that year.
All right, good night, everybody. Well, he's always saying the Red Sox because they've only won like 3 or 4 World Series, and the not the Patriots. He's bored with
The
football
Red
because
Sox
the
claim
Patriots
to fame
are.
was how long they lost the World Series for. It was
Yeah,
like
and you
80
know who now
years.
has do you know what Major League Baseball organization holds that now?
Nobody.
The Guardians.
No, they don't. Because
Ah.
they're the Indians and now they're the Guardians. It's not the same.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Yes, it is the same. It's like saying that's how the Browns history is the Browns history, even though they moved to fucking Baltimore.
Oh, I just remembered like a Native American thing. I told a coworker I was gonna tell them after work because I didn't want to say it during work. So we have a mountain here that looks like literally it looks like there's a giant lady laying on her back, and the mountain is just 2 tits.
Does Mike got
with a
33
nice
know this?
with a nice like valley in between them. But that mountain used to be called Squaw's Bosom, and they renamed it. Now it's Old Squaw Mountain, which is still offensive, I think. I don't think the term squaw's okay anymore. I mean, but
have you seen any like the videos or reels about how like these mountains or these islands and mountains and like land masses are sleeping giants? Like
I've read a lot of fantasy novels where that's true.
What's that movie The Rock did the voice in?
Moana.
Yeah, so how that island was came to life, that's what some of these people are theorizing,
Yeah.
It's crazy shit.
Well, like I said, I've played a lot of fantasy games and read a lot of fantasy books where that's a belief or a thing, but not in real life.
But anyway, back to the midges. They're not mosquitoes, they're midges or mayflies.
Oh, okay. Mingies.
Like,
yep.
So they only live for like a day or something.
Yep.
Now there are mosquitoes, but most of the big swarms that you see they're midges or gnats, kind of like a gnat. Yep. And it's especially during the day when it's warm during the day, and then it starts cooling off. Then the ground starts cooling off and sending moisture back up. So things get humid, especially on humid days. And right on the water, especially at 300 feet in the air.
Right.
Or if you go by a spot that's got lights, I mean, bugs are attracted to light. Shannon will tell you that. She knows that from experience.
Wait, I don't get the reference.
Because Shannon's a bug. She bugs me.
There's the other shoe. Good.
You know what's
So yes, if the Red Sox won that year, it was the 07 DS between the Indians and the Yankees.
Yeah, I think it was 04, 07, and then 13. And I think that was maybe the last time. Or 13 or 17. I forget now. Maybe it was 14.
Where's Savannah?
I kind of stopped watching them after like my team that I grew up loving disappeared. Like when they just started getting a bunch of new talent I couldn't follow.
Savannah!
Okay, folks, we are looking for a dog.
When we had the vow renewal.
You find her?
No. Yes. When we had the vow renewal, we couldn't find the Boy King. Alice was out having a good time, and it was time to get him in the house and in the bed and whatnot. And we're all like me. It was mostly me and Jess. We're like looking around. I'd go in the house and look. She'd look outside. She went in the house and looked. I looked outside.
Look
and then
at mommy being a good mommy.
And then I went and got a flashlight. And as soon as I came out the back door of the breezeway and clicked the flashlight on, I saw him sleeping on like a dual double wide folding chair. He was just passed out on this fucking chair, dude. I think it might have been Doug's chair. I don't know who's
Doug's chair.
And
he was like, good. Because him and Doug were hanging out in that chair all week, dude. Or not all week. All day the day before and all day during.
Oh, man. He slept on Doug's farts.
Yeah. He probably did.
They're allowed to be there. That's their yard.
They're allowed to be there, Savannah. So The good thing about going that time of year is, yeah, it's much cooler, and you're not going to be
Yeah.
stuck like when you are waiting in line for a little bit. It's not going to be excruciating, and it can be windy by the lake. But once you because it would be really windy by our cottage. But once we got inside the park, all the buildings and stuff, but you'll also get really good, beautiful night lake views on some of the rides. And you know what else I thought about? Maybe Michael will be the person that finally takes Grayson on that sky ride that nobody will go on with him, and he's just finally kind of given up on it.
I mean, I'll go on.
Dude, we were so close. I was so close to having to go on that thing with him the one day. And I was like, oh my God, dude. And I'm looking at him like, dude, I used to ride these fucking things all the time when I was a kid. And I remember being hesitant the first time I went on. I'm like, what? Like, that's going to hold us up, you know? Like, but then I was fine. But yeah, now I'm like, dude, I don't want to go on that thing, and I don't want to go on it with you. Like, you make me. But yeah, we were walking up to it, and it was closed, and I was like, dude, I've never been so happy. But it's like the second, like you can get off the train, and then you can get on that to get to the
carousel.
Yeah, by the carousel.
It's like a gondola ride.
Yeah.
Like a Ferris wheel?
No.
It's
that's
like a gondola on a zip line.
Oh,
Kinda.
like flying chairs.
Well, but it takes you from one spot to train.
Hold on, you cut out there. Say that again.
Hang on.
It takes you.
I'm going to show it to you.
It takes you from one spot to another.
Like the train takes you to one spot.
You take a train to there's two entrances and exits for the train. This right here. Oh wait, you can't see it yet.
Oh, Skanks is starting up. Oh, okay. It's a ski lift.
Kind of, but it doesn't. You don't change elevation. Oh yeah, okay. Mike.
Mike, I told Scar she was really excited.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I mean, it takes you up. Like, I think there's 5 or 6 posts. The fuck did I say? Isn't that what I said? Gondola?
Gondola.
You said something.
So
gondola?
at our state fair, the thing they call the gondola is like a Ferris wheel, but you hang from the seat, and it's like a round, like picnic table with an umbrella kind of seat, but it goes like 35 miles an hour.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah,
it's my dad's favorite thing.
They have
he
a
always
Ferris
tips
wheel.
the dude to make his car stop at the top.
I don't even like stopping at the top of Monster.
If you want to go on the Ferris wheel,
and he sings "I Can See for Miles" by The Who.
You'd crack Scar up at the top of Windseeker doing that, because that thing takes you up 300. It's like a swing, and it takes you up 300 feet and spins you at 34 miles an hour.
Yep.
Well, she's gonna love that. We were Friday when we were leaving. Wasn't it Friday? Maybe it was Thursday. She's up at the top of this thing, looking down at us, like waving with both hands, kicking her feet, like "Hi." Alice is yelling at her from the fucking ground. Stop doing that! I'm like, what the fuck?
I remember seeing the picture, and yeah, she was hands and feet out.
Dude, we were so on the Gemini. They slap hands, right? So Scar, I always let her sit on the inside so she could do the hand slapping and stuff. But there were some kids that were a little bit shorter, and Scar, she wants to be able to get them to slap a hand. So she'll try and reach out further. And at one point, I'm like, okay, That's enough. Pull back in. Nope. And she's like, Mom, and I was like, nope.
But on the one bank of the Magnum, she was on the inside, and she was the one, really getting tipped down. She reached over and grabbed me.
Yep.
I'm like, that does it for you. Like that angle is very subtle compared to like Millennium Force. You're damn near inverted going around a turn like that. I mean, like, and that's what gets it.
Those turns get you. The turn on Gemini, the one time we went on it, I ended up grabbing you.
Yeah.
Because those turns, when you come back in, and I hate to admit it, but when I come on that turn, I can't relax because I know it's the last turn. I want to know if we're going to win. And I'm like, why do I so badly want to win on this ride? Like, I have no control over it. It's just pure luck. It doesn't have anything to do with me or my skills, but I want to win.
It's your screaming that gives each train a little more thrust, honey.
Dude, I sat
Don't
behind
forget,
an
she
old
wants to
man.
come on that last turn.
I sat behind an old man on Gemini. He was by himself, dude. And as soon as we started going up the hill, dude, he was like, boom. And he kept his hands up the whole time, having the best time, dude. And I'm like,
that's my dad.
Woo, 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 woo.
Yeah, there was a time I saw them going by on the Gemini when I was on a ride with Grayson. And yeah, she'd have her hands up, going right at the top of the hill, going down, and then nope. And then they're coming back up, and they're going into the next, element, and she's like, "Yep," and she's like, "Nope," and she's like, "Yep," and this is all in like fucking 6 seconds.
The one time that I put my hands up on the first hill, first time in years I put my hands up on a first hill, and I freaking hurt myself. I was like, God damn it! I was feeling so brave.
So when Scar,
What
did I tell the story? Did I tell a story Friday night about me and Scar going on front row of Millennium Force and the 15-year-old girl behind me?
I mean, Adam, I know you were like super drunk that night, but me and Michael were also pretty buzzed ourselves in many ways.
So we were sitting in front row, and Scar and I were all excited about it. And there was these two girls, like 15, 16 years old, sitting behind us. And the girl that sat behind Scar was experienced going on coasters. She's been on Millennium Force before. The girl that sat behind me, I later found out she's never been on Millennium Force before. And she's like second best seat, only behind me. And when you get over that hill, dude, and you're in the front of that train.
I don't know about that ride, but Scar and I were up a little closer in Gemini the one day. I'm like, well, those are the only seats left. Whatever. But I was like, oh shit, you do, and you forget, because I've been a straight middle row rider since I've gotten back into amusement parks. We watched the fucking ride that I would sit there front seat, like, yeah, swinging my legs, like whatevs. And now I'm like, I'm not.
But when you're going in the front car, it takes you a little second you're kind of there for a minute because you're waiting for the rest of the train to catch up. So, dude, we get over. I could like just to the point where I can't see the track in front of me because it's downhill. I hear the girl go, "Oh fuck, I'm not ready for this," and I'm just and laughing the whole way because I still yell and holler going down. It's a 300-foot fucking drop, dude. Like you're yelling, And we get back to the stage. She's like, "Oh my god, and I hear a friend going, "You're okay, That was the worst part. You're okay." And I'm like yelling, screaming, hands up. My daughter's got her hands up. And she's like, and then all of a sudden it goes quiet, and I hear a friend going, "You okay? Are you okay? Are you okay?" And we get back in the station, and I turn around. I was like, "That's your first roller coaster?" And she's like, "No, I've been on roller coasters, but that was my first time on this one." And I just started laughing. I'm like, "You should have maybe sat like 3 or 4 seats back."
Well, sometimes just tell you where to go.
No, not on that anymore. There's 18 rows. You can go to whichever one you want. Except maybe front row.
One time, Scar and I went up. I think it was Iron Dragon, And they're like, how many? And I'm like, 2. And they're like, okay, car 1. And I said, how about no?
Like Valraven.
And the guy started cracking up, and he's like, you're good. Row 6, okay? And I'm like,
know your place.
We might have to look out for front row on Valraven. Valraven and Steel Vengeance are like usually the two, because Valraven's a totally different ride sitting up front than sitting, in the third row, which is the back row. And Steel Vengeance, if it's really busy, we're just gonna have to go where they tell us. But like on Tuesday when we went to Valraven, the front line was pretty busy. I told the dude, I'm like, hey man, can we get front row? It's her birthday. I mean, it was her birthday trip the day after her birthday, but I'm like, hey, it's her birthday. He's like, yeah,
it can
go
be
ahead.
my birthday when we're there, if that excuse works.
We'll fucking try. It's gonna be like first time rider from Portland, Maine.
That's true. Portland, God, ouch. Portland's a city. I am not from there.
Dude, I think, I want to go on Gatekeeper again. I definitely want to try that again.
That's a fun one that we took Mike on, and he said he was Scarlet behind me. And the first element of that ride is pretty wicked. I mean, you're going downhill, and then you get twisted and you get inverted as you're going down the hill. And it's like a wing coaster. So if you're on the left side, you're going like you're up in the air. Like that's the highest point of that ride. But then if you're on the right side, you're kind of like dangling there, and you don't really move fast because I don't know. I'm probably wording that wrong, but
so
you're just kind of like dangling there a second.
Completely random question. The people that get the videos on the rides, what are they recording these with? They have like a GoPro on their heads? Or?
No, those are all from Cedar Point.
Yeah, they
okay.
And then other ones are usually like local news stations that can do it. But all of those that we watch the point of view, that's on the Cedar Point YouTube channel.
Gotcha.
So that they just do it. But yeah, like, dude, there's a couple points on Gatekeeper where I was like screaming, and part of me was screaming because I was kind of like, I kind of think I want to go faster.
But again, and then there's the two keyholes over the main gate of the park.
Makes it scary.
That's the of that ride.
Yeah.
Like Millennium Force has the 300-foot hill. Steel Vengeance has a 90-degree drop and 4 inversions, and you can't tell which way the fuck you're going.
Oh,
Like that's like the allure of that ride. And it's a cool ride.
I just went to cross my legs and my balls made a movement they shouldn't have.
Get ready for that guy to sit and fucking ride some of these rides.
I'll have sheath on.
I'm gonna smoke this and go shower and chill because I gotta work in the morning.
Yeah, I also have to work in the morning.
It's gonna be hot tomorrow.
Have
First day back. I wonder what he would say if I showed up an hour late.
Yeah, we got 2 new clients coming in tomorrow, but they're both pre-K kids, so
I have to get ready for Scar's birthday party this week. So that should be fun-ish.
you're still gonna do a party after all that?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, when she first started talking about her 13th birthday was before she even turned fucking 12. But she was like, I want to have a party with all of our close friends and family. And I think it's nice that she enjoys being with her family. Some people might not, but I do. Some people are dicks. But I'm not.
Some people should eat dicks.
I'm the same. Well, I should take a pause before I say I'm the same. But yeah, I got family I kind of can't stand, but I still want us all to get together for the holidays.
Have a bad night.
I don't want my kid to only see her family when it's like for a fucking funeral.
Right.
That's, yeah. We should like celebrate happier times. We've thought about doing the family picnics that my parents used to do here. And I'm just kind of like,
Yeah, but I turned 26 twice, Sharon. Because I turned 26 again yesterday.
Oh yeah, that's right. How was your birthday?
It was everything I really wanted it to be.
Good.
we laid on the couch.
Didn't do a
all
goddamn thing. I watched it. I watched a documentary on Shawn Michaels, and then I watched the three
John Wicks.
John Wicks.
I still haven't seen any of those movies.
They're pretty good movies.
I've seen the first one and most of the second.
Yeah,
They were pretty good. I mean,
I hear
Keanu
good
Reeves.
things. I think.
Yeah.
he was
What's
weird.
YAG mean? Are we having problems?
Oh, that's Dutch for yeah. The G is silent.
Don't come to her fucking rescue.
Like in yacht. Yacht spelled in Dutch is G-A or J-A-G-G.
Well, she still spelled it wrong.
So we get 10% off a taxi now. Fucking booking.com keeps telling me, oh, you've unlocked new deals. And I'm like, can I unlock deals that gets me more money off on a hotel? Maybe.
Right. The one I booked it through did give me like a 10% discount for hotels in the area.
Yeah, this is not giving me that. And I'm kind of mad. I'm going to throw my fucking phone out the window.
No, you're not.
That was my cigarette.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
Is that filter cut?
Where'd my cigarette go? Did I
Oh,
drop it?
my mom does that.
Yeah. Maybe I dropped it. All right, we're gonna wrap this up so everybody can.
Just wanted to share the news, and we got some extra good news with Mike, with Mr. Quinn getting his
I assume you're talking. Are you talking about Gatekeeper or Steel Vengeance? If it wasn't for the first hill, I'd go on Steel. I would go on Steel Vengeance.
But you get over it so quick.
But dude, I feel like
And the other one's only 60 feet taller than Gemini too.
And I'll meet you soon, Quinn. We'll have to go with last names so it isn't confusing.
Okay, Gemini goes like this. Steel Vengeance goes like.
Yeah, which means you get to the bottom of the hill even faster. All right, guys.
Have a good night, everyone.
Thanks for coming on, Michael. Thanks
My
for jumping
pleasure.
on the chat, Mr. Quinn. That was awesome, dude. That was a hell of a surprise.
Yeah, that was awesome, Mike. Can't wait to see you at Cedar Point again.
You guys have a good night.
Love you all.
Love you guys. Good night.